When it comes to being a small business owner, I think there are 5 important items that every small business owner should consider. I will use my hotel room as a metaphor for all 5 items that I'm going to talk about. And we're going to start with item number 1, first impression. First impression is important because depending on what I see over there right now is what I'll think first about this room. Let me explain. You only have one opportunity to make an impression on your client. That means that as the client enters the location for the first time, that there's minimum to no amount of clutter between your business or your business value proposition and what client sees for the first time, because the more clutter there is between those two, the lower is the probability that you will actually make a sale to this particular client. I think this hotel does a great job at first impression because from the moment I step in, I see a lot of colors, I see a lot of light, and I see nice and clean room, which is the most important item, although I am staying at not the fanciest hotel out there. The second item that I think is important for you to consider as a small business owner is to think about, do you offer the same things that are considered a norm in the marketplace? For example, if you are a hotel room, do you have things like in-room entertainment? Do you have ample selection when it comes to the in-room entertaining? And do you have additional things like different things within the hotel, in-room dining, different things outside of hotel? If your business do not meet the basic requirements of this particular marketplace, you will not succeed. When it comes to basic expectations from a hotel in this area, they fail to deliver customizable entertainment. It actually downgrades my impression of this hotel at this point. Now let's assume you made a good first impression and you're offering all the basics that end users are expecting from this particular industry. What do you do next? The next step, number 3, to consider for you as a business owner is think about now what will help you to differentiate yourself compared to all the other competitors in the marketplace. Can it be some sort of additional perk that you will offer on top of the basic services? Or will it be a different taste, feel, or look of the similar basic services that the people are requiring? Or will it be something completely different that you would want to use to slowly diverge and change what are the basic expectations in this marketplace are? As an example of this hotel, I'd like to use this and this, because you can see that the owners of this hotel actually thought through the fact that in today's world, the travelers are actually going around with a lot of electronics that constantly require additional power outlets to charge up. So this alarm clock and these outlets on both sides of the bed provide additional power sources for people who stay in this room, which is a great perk. Although it's very hard to salvage the fact that they're not offering one of the basic things as a hotel in this area, it's nice to have some additional perks that make my life just a little bit easier in this particular establishment. Consideration number 4 is a recognition of the loyalty from your customers. You want to make sure that as a small business owner, you actually tell your clients, hey, I appreciate your repeated business and I want you to come back, because the more you come back, the more loyalty perks you will receive. Loyalty perks can take various different shapes, from small tokens of appreciation like a mug or maybe a keychain fob, to things like discounts or even additional services that your regular clients are not receiving. In the case of this hotel, that would be amazing if they would have sent me a special treat, say a dessert, when I entered the room, for the fact that I actually stay with this chain of hotels pretty frequently. Unfortunately, they did not, because these 3 things were actually ordered by me and I paid for these things myself, because you know what? I do think I deserve a treat. The fact that they didn't recognize my loyalty and my repeated purchases from this hotel chain makes me really reconsider whether I should in future continue staying with this chain of hotels or whether I should switch to someone who actually recognizes my repeated purchase more, with hopefully some sweet perks like that. Cheers. By the way, in my defense, I only ordered 2 different things. There is a cake and there is and there's this pudding thing, but for some reason they brought me 2 cakes, so you know, I'll take an extra cake. Don't judge me. Now that you took care of all of those 4 items, the most important 5th factor is actually to make sure that you continuously doing the right things. And the only way to do this is to always solicit feedback from your customers to make sure you're always doing the right things. And if expectations in the marketplace change, the first impression of your business change, you are not recognizing the loyalty the same way as you used to, all the progress that you've made so far will mean nothing, because you're now falling behind the curve and your competitors are surpassing you. Make sure you ask people how you're doing. Do not shy away from negative feedback, because negative feedback is what will help you improve. Knowing why people didn't come back, why they didn't use your service again, is what will help you continuously win the repeated business. That's where it all comes together. Knowing that you're not perfect, that the times are changing, the expectations are changing, and that you always need to adjust is what will help you to become a successful business. I always like seeing some sort of feedback forms that they throw out around the room. The unfortunate part, there's actually none. I don't know if they will follow up with an email or some sort of form at the checkout, so I'll definitely make sure I make a correction to this video. They cannot expect someone like me to actively go to something like a TripAdvisor or Expedia and leave my review. Majority of the customers do not do that. I hope you enjoyed it. I love working with small businesses, and I find the tenacity and the hard work that it requires very fascinating and, you know, very inspiring as well, because this kind of channel is a small form of entrepreneurship as well. I hope you found it interesting and maybe even inspiring. Let me know what you thought about this video. Feel free to leave additional items or factors that I missed in the comments below, and feel free to share this video with your friends, entrepreneurs, or small business owners. Hit the subscribe button to continue receiving a lot of great content that I'm aiming to deliver. If you're not fully sold, please go check out some of the past videos that I've created. Hopefully they will sway you to continue following this channel. And if not, again, come back to the comments and let me know what you're actually looking for, and maybe I'll be able to deliver. I'll hear your feedback, improve the first impression that I made, and hopefully you'll become my repeated customer. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.